guys, welcome back to Evony with Genghis on server 68. I'm going to look at wall generals today. I'm only going to look at the wall generals that are available in the tavern. So the free wall generals that you can get when you're starting out the game if you don't get lucky with fragments, etc., or if you buy some packs. But there's basically 5 wall generals in the tavern. So I'll just look at them and I'll look at them in order. And the last two, so fifth and fourth, the ones I'm going to show you right now, are basically garbage. So Raged King, he is not available in the tavern. So I'm cheating a little bit here, but he's available on the Wheel of Fortune. So lots of people get him on there. I've got him many times. I still have him. He's just working as a duty officer for me because he's reached special status. And that's it. But basically, if you look at him, he increases all troop attack by 10%, siege by 10 more, trap triggering, and siege again, enemy wounded into death. So I guess if you have a strong defense and you win, you're going to kill some of the opponent's troops. But I would much rather actually just have more attack or something. And here, all troop attack. So this guy, he's a good starter wall general because he does attack all troops. As you see, he increases all troop attack by 10%. So he is good to have at the start of the game because he increases all 4 of your troop types. But I would never, ever do any of his specialties. So he's only there as a placeholder until you get someone better. Now, the second worst guy actually looks super badass. Richard the Lionheart. You can look at him. He has very good defense and leadership, which will affect your defense and health points. But unfortunately, his skills are all about losing. So he increases your hospital capacity by 30. Then he does a little bit here on troops, but again, more hospital capacity. And more hospital capacity as his big final skill. So he's just, it's like, yeah, I'm going to lose the battle. Great. Good thing my hospital is really big. When really, you should have your best wall general and you should be winning the battle and not worrying about your hospital. So Richard the Lionheart, what I used to do with him when I had him early game, whenever there were kind of tile wars or I suspected I might get tiled while I slept at night, I put him on the wall. So it increased my hospital capacity. So I used him for that for a little bit, and that's it. But I would never dream of having him actually on the wall defending for me. So now the final 3. So I'm going to go with the third place is right here, and this is Leekiet. So he increases ranged troop attack by 30 and increases trap triggering. Then he increases range more. He increases all troops 6%. Range more. And then range even more and hospital capacity. So he does a lot for range. So if you count that up, that is 66 with that in the main skill, 76. 82, 92% he will increase your ranged attack and then trap triggering. But range isn't as important as siege is. Siege attack is the most important thing you want on defense. You basically want 1,000 siege attack, 1,000 range attack, 1,000 horse health points, and 1,000 ground defense. Those are the 4 things you want 1,000 on defense. The thing with that, though, is you're probably not going to get that. That's what Battlefield All-Stars type players are shooting for. But if you get 1,000 siege, 900 range, and then you're sitting around 850, 900 of ground defense and horse health points, you're doing really good. Lots of people won't attack people with over 700, 750 horse HP. So, or they won't look at them for easy targets with their archers. So now the second best tavern wall general, in my opinion, right here is Queen But oh, it looks like they took her out of the tavern. So I am wrong on this one, as it says no longer available in the tavern. So I will stay tuned. I will reevaluate her against my other non-free wall generals, the other ones you have to pay for. So this is actually a top 4 video. But this guy right here, Tran, is by far the best in the tavern. He's actually still one of the best in the game. There's just a few better options than him now, but he is a beast. So he increases ground HP by 20%. It's very hard to get that on a wall general other than the ground specialists. So this is very well rounded. And siege attack by 30. Siege attack by 10 more. Siege attack by 10 more, and trap triggering. All 3 of siege, 10 more, but really only siege attack matters. And here, siege by 30 and enemy range coming at you, -30. So this is a very good general. If you add that up, that is 30 siege, and then on his main skill is 30 more. So you're at 60, 70, 80, 90% on siege. And siege is the most important defensive stat to have. If you're only going to have one of them that you're really good at, you want to have very high siege attack. And the reason for that is siege has range, the highest range in the game. So they will be attacking first, and they will be attacking often. So you want to have a lot of siege on defense and the very high siege attack. Now, when you're setting up your defense, everything should be pretty equal, like ground, horse, and archers. It should all be equal numbers pretty much. But siege is an outlier, and you're allowed to have as many of those as you want. I've seen people with 2 million of everything, all layers, all types of troops, and then they have 6 to 10 million of siege, everything, just all the way down, up and down, just because you just want them from round 1, boom, just launch your siege, and hopefully you can wipe the guy out and he doesn't even make it to the city with his troops or with the rally. So this is the best tavern general by far. If you get him, you are extremely lucky. Leekiet is okay. You won't go wrong with him, but you really have to focus on traps if you're going to be using him, because he's a very specialist general. But Tran is the one you want. I guess kind of lucky I did not get him for a long time. Otherwise, I would have built him up and went with him. But now I have Joe Johnson, who is better, and so I lucked out in that regards. But if I would have got Tran early in the game and started building him up, I would still just stick with him and go with him, because he is very good. And I like that ground HP he adds as well. But that is the top wall generals in the tavern. I will do one on the top wall generals in the entire game, which are people not in the tavern. So you kind of have to get lucky inside some epic packs, or you have to purchase them. So this is Genghis, server 68. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.